Hi, my name's Les Pierce, and today's video is going to be about your life, what you're going to do with it, where you're going to go, change of direction, new start, new beginning. It can be done. I'm 60 years old now, I'm living in Thailand. Who am I to tell you what to do? I'm not. I'm just giving some advice. I'm giving you my penny's worth of a normal person working normal jobs throughout the whole of my working career, and how I've gone from one job to another. I've never ever been unemployed apart from the 2 weeks of leaving school until I've retired, and then I keep my hand in a little bit of work doing the electrics and a bit of DIY around people's houses here in Thailand. So it's never too late to change a job. My advice to people, I used to work for a guy who used to rent out student accommodation, and he had 45 houses, and each house was maybe 4 to 6 people at university. And I used to say to every single one of them when they were in the last year, have they got a job to go to? The majority of people says, no, we haven't, we're going to have a gap year. In other words, they haven't got a job yet and they don't want to start working. And majority of them have like 40 or 50,000 pounds worth of student debts. So I want to give you an example of 2 people that I know. It was my ex-wife's sister's 2 sons. One is the headmaster of the school now, and the other one is an electrician. And there was 3 years in difference, 21 and 18-year-old. And one of them went to university, became a teacher, and now is a headmaster. And he went to university till he was 23 years old, and he left university with £40,000 worth of student debts, which he obviously has to pay off over a number of years. So £40,000 worth of student debts, and now he's on a good income as a headmaster. And the other son, who was 18 years old, straight from school, 16-year-old, because his dad was an electrician and he was well thought of, he got a job as an apprentice electrician. So from the age of 18 years old, 2 years into his apprenticeship, at the age of 18 years old, he was working at the airports in London and refitting them out, and he was on £1,000 a week at 18 years old. So £1,000 a week at 18, this is going back some years, that was a lot of money. And then he progressed and he eventually worked on the oil rigs and just made a ton of money throughout his working career. So by the time he was 23, he'd already put the deposit down on a house, and a nice house, and he was earning a good amount of money by the time he was 23. No debts whatsoever. So that's leaving school, going straight into an apprenticeship and learning a trade from school. As opposed to his brother, at the age of 23, had £40,000 worth of debts leaving university, and that took him 15 years to pay his debts off. And now the electrician is still on a good money. He lives on an island in the Philippines, so he has 2 weeks on and 2 weeks off. He commutes to work from an island in the Philippines going to his oil rig. It takes him maybe 30 hours to get to work for 30 hours, and he comes back and he's like a week and a half on an island of the Philippines. He lives a fantastic lifestyle doing that. And his brother's still a headmaster working in the schools, and yeah, he's got his life turned around now. He's paid his debt off, he's got a good income. But university isn't always the way to go. There are many times you can change your job. Now we live in a fantastic era where you can swap from one job to another if you've got the courage to go and do it. I was a firefighter for 30 years, but during them 30 years I worked for the Prince's Trust. I retrained as an electrician by doing day release at college and starting my own electrical business up and working for free for 2 days a week to gain the knowledge how to be an electrician. I worked for the probation service, I worked for the youth service. So I learned many skills whilst I was still working in the fire brigade. I climbed the career ladder in the fire brigade, or only went up one step of the ladder, but then I became sort of management, and I learned managerial skills also for doing that. I had my own entertainment business, and I've done a couple of videos on here, and starting your own entertainment business. Bouncy castles, face painting, magic shows. You can make a lot of money from doing that, from doing various part-time work by doing that. It's never too late to learn a skill. There are many skills in life that you can learn, that you can always turn to earn you some money. So that's just a brief video. Watch my other videos to learn many more things that you can do in life. It's never too late to start a new job or learn a new trade. So from Les, new beginnings, until the next video, bye for now.